Hey everybody, it's Mickey, and in today's video we are finishing up our fall decorating. Today we are going to be making a beautiful tobacco basket wreath, and I'll also be showing you how to make your own farmhouse bead garland. So I have this little spot in my den where I have this ladder that I found at Kirkland's, and I wanted to make a fall type wreath to go on top of it. I want this wreath to be different than the one I have over my mantle, yet I want everything to be in the same color theme. I have gathered together some of the same florals that I used in the wreath above my mantle, and I thought I would use this round tobacco basket as my wreath base. Now I got this tobacco basket in my fall DECOCRATED box that I'm going to be sharing with you in an upcoming video, but I thought this would be really perfect to give this project a little bit of a different twist. So all of the florals that I'm going to be using today came from Hobby Lobby. I have some of these white pumpkins, some large hydrangeas, and ivory flowers that are my favorite. This lamb's ear is also from Hobby Lobby, and I just seem to use it everywhere. Now I would normally, for a project like this, use that green floral wire, but because the tobacco basket is a more natural color, I decided to use some of this jute twine to secure all the florals to the basket. To get us started today, I am fitting the lamb's ear around the right side of the basket to use this as a base for the other florals. Once I have the placement where I think I want it, I'll secure the lamb's ear by cutting some string and tying the branches to the basket. You know, I think I like using this method much better than the floral wire. The twine is just much easier to work with, and it was super easy to snip off the excess. You know, I usually speed up my DIY videos, but I got several requests from some of you asking to show the process in real time. So please let me know in the comment section down below if you prefer watching DIY videos this way or you prefer the sped up version. So next we are going to work on the placement of the flowers. I really love the colors in these large hydrangeas, and I want to try to fit at least 3 flowers in this arrangement. I always think most designs look better in an odd number. So once I know where these flowers will be placed, I will just snip off the stem and tie them to the basket as well. With the largest flowers in place, I can now add the accent pieces, which here are those pretty ivory mums and my white pumpkin. So we are at the point with this wreath where it will be easier to finish it hanging on the ladder. So here I am just adding a long piece of string to the back, so all I have to do is tie the wreath to the ladder with a big bow. Once the wreath is in place, you can easily see the spots that need a little bit more added. Here I am adding just a few sprigs of lamb's ear and some of those really pretty bronze colored berries. I think my favorite part of any wreath is the bow, and I want to make a big double bow out of this really pretty pumpkin and cream color ribbon. So first you want to make a loop in your right hand. Then as you make the opposite loop, you are going to twist the ribbon while holding it in the center, continuing back and forth until you have at least 4 or 5 loops on each side. Fluff and adjust each loop as you go. Making bows is just one of those things that you will get better at the more that you do it. If you don't like the way it is coming out, just let it go and start all over again. When you have enough loops, tie off the middle with a piece of string and leave yourself a little bit of a tail and cut your ribbon. To make a large double bow, you're going to make 2 bows, one slightly larger than the other, and then tie them together in the middle with the string. Once together, you just need to tie your bow to your wreath. I could not be happier with the way this tobacco basket wreath came out. These pumpkin colors are just my favorite, and I think it's a perfect complement to this room. Next, we are going to be making one of those wooden farmhouse bead garlands. I'm sure you have seen them all over Pinterest and Etsy, and they are really super simple to make on your own. You will just need a few supplies that you can get at any craft store or on Amazon, and I will be sure to leave links for these down below. The beads that I use are about 20 millimeters, but you can really use any size that you want or even a combination of sizes. Just be sure that the holes are clean to allow you to easily string the beads. You will also need some of my favorite jute twine or some type of thin cording, and you will also need a really good pair of scissors. For the project that I'm going to be making today, I'm going to need about 60 wooden beads, which the number really just depends on the length of garland you want to make. So to get started, you will need a double length of string. I really just eyeball it, but I bet this is probably a little bit over a yard. Make sure each side of your string is equal and press down the tip of the string because this is the part that you are going to be feeding through the whole of your wooden bead. Then you're just going to feed the beads on one by one onto your string until you have the length that you want. I have these beaded garlands everywhere in my house. You can even paint them to match your decor or for the holiday. Personally, I like the natural ones most of all because you can literally put them anywhere. Be sure that you have a length of string on each side of your garland and separate the two strings. You can just knot both ends and be finished, or you can add a tassel, which is what we're going to do now. Take a long piece of string and wind it around your hand about 15 or 20 times. Then remove the wrap string from your hand and tie it to the garland using the length of string that you used for the beading. Take your time with this process. Be sure that the tassel string is in the center and that you tie it in a double knot tightly. Once you have it secured, you can take your scissors and cut the end of the tassel string to make two parts. Once you make the cut, it begins to look more like the tassel, and you can trim the ends so that they are mostly the same length. Take another piece of string and tie the two parts tightly together at the top of the tassel closest to the beading. Then take the long pieces of string from your tie and wrap it around the top of the tassel several times with both sides of the string, leaving enough so that you can tie an additional knot when you are finished. In no time at all, you are finished and you can add your new wood farmhouse garland to any of your decorating. I love using these garlands as layering pieces for my centerpieces, for my tables, and also anywhere that you want to add a little farmhouse touch. So thank you all so much for watching today. I will be sure to put the links to any of the products that I mentioned in today's video in the description box on down below. If you are new here, I hope you will subscribe. I put out new videos every week about all things home. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at @MyBashfulLife. So until I see you in that next video, I hope that you love the life that you have, be kind to each other, and I will see you again soon. Bye!